Welcome back to another episode video on the ONJ YouTube channel slash podcast audio. I'm your co-host Jeremiah.
I'm your co-host Orlando.
Hope everyone's having a good day, good night. You want to start with the All-Star starters?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
So, like, comment, subscribe. First of all, let's get the most important piece out the way.
Yes, sir,
Um,
yes, sir.
Not subscribed already, hit that button. It's free. No charge at all. Uh All-Star starters. So the Eastern and Western Conference starters were announced tonight. Um, we can just go through. I mean, if you haven't already seen them, it's probably the first year in a while that LeBron James is an All-Star starter, which
Crazy.
is which is wild. Because like even like, and I don't know. Oh, were you gonna say something?
No, I got it.
Cause like because you follow Kobe more than me. Like his last years, like those last years, like I think that was like probably around like the Achilles and everything like that. Like was that year those years like he got voted in off of popularity? Like was do you remember like was he still Kobe's a little bit or was he just not the player? Because that was interesting because I thought LeBron may have gotten voted in just off of just legacy alone. Like, when Kobe got voted in, how D Wade wasn't really the same player, but I feel like there was one year D Wade wasn't like the same player like that, Flash and all that, but he was still a starter. So like, are you kind of surprised at that?
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, I think they changed the voting thing this year, so I think it impacts more on the coaches and the media, more in the
Right,
fan vote.
right.
So I think that's the big thing. Back then, the fans couldn't vote whoever, and they had a good chance of getting in. Now it's more. I think the fan vote's mainly tiebreakers or something. So. I think that was the big part. So I wasn't too surprised.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, 21 years straight, he was an all-star starter, and
Wow.
now end of an
It's
era.
like right, the end of the era is crazy. All
To
right,
be
so for
fair,
the what?
he's also been injured too. He's been
Yeah.
injured quite a bit. I saw he's getting close to that 65 games played mark, where if you don't play 65, you can't be All NBA and all that. So
Yeah.
who knows?
You know, I mean, there's also another player that was kind of hurt too a little bit most of the season. One of the starters that could be highly controversial too. So, but we'll get into that. So for the West, we have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We have Joker, Nikola Jokic. We have Luka Doncic, LeBron's teammate. And then we've got Steph Curry, of course, and who am I? Oh yeah, and Wemby. So Wemby might be. And is that controversial to you? Is Wemby controversial to you? And I mean, of course, like, no, it's not in terms of, I mean, his talent. Like, of course, if he's healthy, he's an all-star starter, all the time. But I mean, just in terms of, like injuries and things like that, even though he has come back pretty much normal, but like, is that should that be taken into effect? Like, should he be coming off the bench, in your opinion?
I actually don't know how many games Wemby's missed. Um, like I know off
Uh,
the top of my head, LeBron was like 2 or 3 games away from that 65. I know Wembley's been hurt, but again,
I
just the
mean,
sheer impact.
he
The
missed
sheer impact Wemby
15.
had.
15.
15?
I don't know if that's all-star worthy worth of being missed. Like I don't know. Like 15 games. I mean that is a lot of games. You know what I mean? Like and is there somebody like an Ant-Man that like you know what I mean, who's probably played I'm not sure how many games Ant has played, but I feel like he's played more than 28. But like should he have gotten that spot? You know what I mean? Because he's been playing great this year, as he always does every year.
If we're comparing it to Vic, I mean, Ant will be considered a guard. Are we still doing it like guards and forwards or? Did we go away from that?
Okay, well, let's talk about the East then. Well, we could talk about both, but let me bring up the East then, because the East, you have Giannis, then you have Jalen Brunson, you have Tyrese Maxey, you have Kay Cunningham, and then you have Jalen Brown. So I don't know. I don't think the position. So when you hear that line, like Giannis is pretty much the center. I don't know who the power forward is. Is it Cade? Is it Jalen Brown? I don't know. And then your backcourt is Maxey and Brunson. So I don't really know if the position, like if the position thing is something that's um like really weighed heavily. You know what I mean? Because the East really don't have a legit center on their roster.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have. So I don't know if they went completely away from position because I remember it was like guard, forward. It was two guards, two forwards,
Right,
one center. Did they
right.
go away and take away the center and be like straight guards and forwards,
That's what it
or
seems like.
on positionless? That's the. Maybe I should look into that. I don't know.
I feel like maybe it was just strictly votes. Like I think that's what it was. Like I think it was just strictly the vote, like whatever the voting metrics is, like including the media, the fans, and and yeah, it's just media, fans, and some NBA players as well. So it's like I think whatever that metric is, I think they literally just went with the top five because the five for the West literally finished top five. Like that's the legit top five that finished. Ant was like right. I think Ant was tied with Wemby, but I think Wemby like maybe edged him out just a little bit. Pause. But like, and then I think for the East, same thing. I mean, that was a legit top five, like in terms of the new metrics. Um, with the so I guess the new metrics they say is 50% fans, and then the other 50% is split between the players and the media. So it's no longer just like you said, it's no longer just 100% fans. But I mean, just what are your thoughts on just both teams though? Like overall, like is anybody missing that like you notice that May needs to get, some extra love or somebody that may
I
have got
mean,
overlooked?
honestly, I don't pay too much attention to the starters. Um, I think this. I think it's a bigger conversation if they miss the All Star game in general. I think it's a bigger
Okay.
thing if they miss the All Star game, like the All Star snub team, like we always try to do every year. Um, I just don't care if like a starter is a starter. At least a bench is a bench. Like you're still getting in the All Star game. Everybody's playing the same 20 minutes basically. 20 minutes of
Yeah.
just throwing up the ball and playing no defense. So, I mean, like I don't know.
Hopefully that
I don't pay
changes
too
this
much
year. Hopefully that changes this year.
attention. We'll see.
Like because I mean, you got people paying money, bro, and they want to see some. They want to see some good basketball, especially All-Star Weekend tickets. I don't even want to think about like what those what those tickets are, to be honest. But I mean, but yeah, I mean, those are starters. Who are you like? Who are your locks for reserve? So let's talk about that for a little bit. Like, who are your locks? Like, who has to be a reserve?
Catching me off guard because now I have to think deep.
I mean, think. I mean, I'll just throw a couple out there. Of course, Ant-Man. Um, KD's been amazing this year. Now, how many? Oh, well, I guess Amen's not there yet, probably. But I guess you could say maybe you could pencil in the Rockets for two. Essentially, with I don't know, is Sengun All Star? You know what I mean? Denny Abdia's been playing incredible this year.
Maybe
Uh,
single.
yeah, I mean that's really yeah. I would love to say J Dub, but not enough games. Oh, you got your reserves.
I'm just trying to look at the standings and see who I could think from each team.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I mean,
um,
Jalen Johnson, like, is he a reserve? Like, I mean, it's a lot of guys you could go with. Like,
so thinking of the West, um, maybe Jamal Murray because he's been balling out
Ooh,
recently.
great pick. Great. That's a great
Um,
pick.
who else? Maybe they try to throw in Austin Reeves because of how crazy he was going on. He's pretty.
Ah, that's
Hey,
gonna be
it's the
tough.
Lakers. The Lakers media bias. Remember that. Thinking that's what I'm thinking. Devin Booker.
Okay, but yes, pencil him in for sure. Yeah.
Um, Maybe Jimmy if Jimmy decides to play. Sometimes he doesn't want to play the All-Star games.
Mhm.
James Harden from the Clippers. He's keeping that
Yeah,
Clippers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Kawhi, I mean, Kawhi's been playing great too. He's averaging like almost 30. He's
When he
averaging like
plays.
28. Yeah, when he plays, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of guys you can go with. But yeah, I mean that's a good. What who you got for the East? Like who has to be in there for the East in your
All right,
opinion?
from the East, we got let's see, Brunson's a starter, maybe Cat. Um, because I mean, off name, because Cat has been underperforming this year, and I don't know if it's the offense. Anyway, we'll get to that when we talk about the game.
Yeah.
Um, Someone from Toronto. I think Toronto's been playing well this year.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I don't like who do you Scotty? I mean, Scotty's been pretty much their most. I think he's been in the lineup the most. Like you know, what I mean, out of like RJ Barrett and Brandon Ingram. So I'd say probably Scotty for sure.
Scotty.
Um, does do the Magic have All Star? Like
One of
Is
them,
Paolo
one of them
in
has to
there?
make it. Either Pablo or France has to make it.
Because is France back? I'm not. I don't think so. No, right? No, I don't
Is
think
France?
so. I don't think so.
Mo is back. Mo is
Yeah,
back.
Mo's back for sure. Um,
Cleveland,
Josh
Donovan
Giddey.
Mitchell, Evan
Yes,
Mobley,
Donovan Mitchell for sure. Yes, that's
maybe Evan
great.
Mobley.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I mean, the East is kind of tough. I
Michael Porter
mean,
Jr. if they decide to give it to him.
ooh, that's a hot take. Even the team is terrible though, but
I'll be
you never
like,
know.
who made? Was it Trey Young that the Hawks were dead last and Trey Young made it to the All Star game? Was it him?
I'm sure he was probably averaging close to 30 and 10 a game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
But
wouldn't
I mean,
surprise me if they throw in somebody on a losing team.
hold up, play my thing.
So, I mean, there's a lot, and
Why is
I
it
think
hard for the East? I don't know. Why is it hard for the East? Like, what is it just not? I mean, I
I
don't.
think I think it's hard in general because you only have what 15 spots? 12.
Yeah.
No, not 15, 12, I think.
Hmm.
So right now you have seven on each side that are left.
Hmm.
So
Pretty
now you
much.
gotta I think it's gonna be some people are gonna get snubbed, and I think that's the important thing.
Just off of legacy, do you think LeBron makes it?
LeBron's making it.
Okay.
They're not gonna leave LeBron.
What about Bronny? No,
Cool.
never mind. Um,
I had no idea what you just said.
no, it don't matter. I said, what about Brownie?
Bronny, you gotta have, you know, LeBron talk about records, right? He already has the record by, being the first father son duo that plays together. You know, the the highest scoring father son all time scoring list. They're number one. Um, so I think he might do some
Number
fools,
one,
get Bronny in there. Be the first father son to be in an All Star game. Never know.
the number one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you didn't know
Dale,
that?
even over Dale, Seth, and Steph.
Yeah. Well, duels. It's duels. It's not
Oh,
trios. It's duels.
okay.
I think Dell and Steph right now are second. They just
Gotta
made it
be.
to.
Yeah.
But hey, LeBron and Bronny been putting in that work. They're number one.
Uh, oh, I felt so bad. I went to see Arizona UCF this past weekend, and like it was tough. It was tough seeing Bryce on the bench. I wonder if he's gonna redshirt though, because it was interesting. Because I thought because people were like like people were like hyping him up, like not hyping him up, but like people were like you would see like articles and stuff like he's supposed to be the better prospect, which is interesting. I wonder if like that was too like that was the right school because I mean they're a talented team. I mean they're like number one in the country right now. So like for him to go to that squad, like I don't know, maybe what's the plan even for him to play or just to like develop
Sure.
maybe and
Yeah, he
just
could learn and develop on the background. That's the important thing.
yeah, no, that's real. But let's get to the game. Let's get to the game at hand. On this
Yeah.
MLK Day, you know. Uh we got the New York Knicks,
New York Knicks.
the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas. Hey, shout out Dallas. Shout out Dallas.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Shout out Dallas, Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Wings, just Dallas, just Dallas, Dallas, Texas. Like shout out Dallas. Uh, Dallas, on MLK Day comes into New York's arena, MSG, in Cooper Flag's MSG debut, and they get to business. And they get the business. Um,
Maybe.
114 to 97, a whopping yeah, what's that? Well, 17 points.
Oh,
It was the lead was as high as 30 at one point. I feel like, right? Yeah, it was as high as 30, 32 or something. Um, who's your player of the game? Who you got?
I mean, like, you saw that first quarter. There was a player who could not miss in the first half. Just give him the ball, and he was shooting
18.
and he was making it from three.
Whoosh.
From
Cash.
three.
Cash.
I'm gonna give it now. There's two ways we could do this, right? Right. There's two ways because there was two players who was really, bringing everything in, giving it their all in this game that really pushed the Mavs forward. And I have an idea of who I think your player is gonna be.
Yep.
So I might go the other direction. I'm gonna give it to Max Christie. 8 of 10 from three. And I felt like in the beginning you just giving him the ball and he was shooting and he was making them. And it looked like he could not miss in that first quarter. Bringing this team up to like you said, they had like a 30-point lead at one point, like because they were shooting the lights out, like they were shooting and they were making it. An impressive, honestly, very impressive shooting night for the Mavericks in general. Who you
It
got?
was. Uh, I'm gonna go a different route.
I know it.
I'm gonna go Dwight Powell's lower extremities. That brother could not catch a break. Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. He could not catch a break, bro.
At all.
But he caught kicks though. He caught kicks. He caught plenty of them.
I think
Um,
Cat's been training with Draymond Green recently because man, they've been getting on that gym and learning how to kick and kick and kick. Man, this is
like,
reviving. What year was
bro,
that?
my
Draymond had a year when like every game he was kicking somebody. It's like
Steven
Cat's
Adams. Steven
Steven
Adams.
Adams. Yeah, he's
He
Cat's like
knows.
trying to channel his inner Draymond Green, bro. I feel like Coach was like, Danny Green. I mean Draymond Green. He had this really good strategy that I think we need to incorporate into our team because that's what helped the Warriors win when I was there. Just
Hilarious.
kick everybody.
Just kick everybody. Yeah, shout out to him though. I mean, he was taking them like a champ. Uh, and I mean, he didn't really get mad. I mean, of course he got mad, but he didn't really like have a
A
completely
fight.
like yeah, like a fight, a negative, like a completely negative response. Like he just kind of, like talk to the refs, like, are you seeing this? But like at some point, when somebody's getting kicked in that area multiple times, like, are the refs supposed to like step in and because it was he was getting hit a lot,
A lot.
like a lot. Like
A lot.
it probably happened in every quarter, to be honest. Like it
Every
was
quarter.
bad. Like it was bad.
At least twice every quarter. 'Cause
Like what are the refs supposed to do? Like are the refs supposed to like
pay attention.
because like do you tech him? Like do you give him a tech for like kicking? Like
Didn't
for
he get
hitting
a
them in?
technical? No, he got a flagrant at the
He
beginning,
got
right?
flagrant. Yeah, he
A
did.
flagrant.
Yeah, one of them was wild. I think I don't know
Something
if that
else.
was three. Was that the 3 point? Was that the corner three? The corner, like, and I be thinking, like, isn't that more dangerous to kick out your leg while you're shooting a three while you're trying to land?
They just want those free throws somehow.
I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth it though? Uh but yeah, no, it was a lot of it was a couple, but I mean, like like on a basketball note though, I mean, I would like I mean Najee Marshall he had a good game, but Musa Cece though. He was very good. Very good for him. Very active on both ends of the floor. I had 4 blocks. Um just being an athletic rim runner, really. You know what I mean? And like you said, and I think it's good for him. You know, they talked about a little bit on the broadcast for like look who he's playing behind, right? Like Anthony Davis, like one of the great when healthy, like, you know, one of the great bigs of, you know what I mean, the decade, you know what I mean, easily, right? Um, but I mean, you know, for him to have that opportunity to develop behind him, I think is priceless. And I mean, he had a great game tonight. You know, 15 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, like that off the bench too as well. And only 19 minutes, 15 points in 19 minutes. Like so that just kind of you know shows you the kind of impact he had this on this game for sure. Um
And not just playing behind AD. Daniel Gafford's on this team.
Gafford, Derek Lively,
Derek Lively, like they got a solid big man rotation. So
next man up for sure. Uh yeah, the Dallas injury report was stacked this game. You know, no PJ Tucker. No, I mean, God dang, not PJ Tucker. PJ Washington. No PJ Washington. No Anthony Davis, no Daniel Gaff, like you just said, no Daniel Gafford, no Derek Lively. Um, D'Lo's still on the team, right? I haven't heard about D'Lo in a while. Is he
oh
still?
my
Yeah.
God, you're right. D'Lo is on this team.
Hey, D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, their injury report stacked, and they
Kyrie,
still what?
Kyrie.
Dang, dang, how I forget about Kyrie? Lord, dang,
Yeah,
I forget about Kyrie, bro. Dante Exum, you know what I mean? So. They're missing a lot. They're missing a lot of starters, for sure. But you know, and then on the Knicks side, you know, you're playing, you're playing you essentially have your star lineup and Josh Hart's back, and
and Brunson's back. I think Brunson was out last game.
Brunson's back. Uh, I like this was just what they call it. They ran him out the gym, basically like that from start to finish.
Yeah.
Just ran him out the gym.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Zero threes in the first half. That's usually not a recipe for, you
They
know.
shot so bad. They shot so bad. At the end, they're they finished the game with a 29% from three, 9 for 31.
Man, for 31?
Yeah, from
Jeez.
three. They just could not hit a three.
And the
And
Mavs
then
was what?
the pass was 15 of 32, 47% from
Yeah.
three.
Tell you when.
Yeah, they were shooting lights out, man.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, they Mavs they came to play. Um they came to play on both ends of the floor. They were locked in. Even the bench, like I said, I mentioned CC, you know, my player of the game. But I mean, even Klay Thompson, you know, came in hitting some threes as well. Like he was very efficient from the three, very efficient in his scoring a little bit too, as well. But I mean, their 3 point shooting. I mean, they got some great 3 point shooting. Um, from that squad. But on the Knicks hand though, like are you like is seeing this game, you gotta be worried. You gotta be worried as a Knicks fan, right? I mean, Dallas is pretty much playing. We just named, all their injuries. Dallas is pretty much playing their bench, and you're a top three team in the East, and you just got beat by their bench. Um, how's that? How's that feel?
If I was the Knicks, I'd be very, very worried right now. Because the previous games you could have had an excuse that you were injured, but you're not injured right now. You're fully healthy. And I feel like they started off the season good and they're slowly been declining down. And I think they gotta get it together. They gotta tighten it up because if this is the season where all Knicks fans and the Knicks organization was like, this is our season, the East is wide open. We're gonna go and take it. I mean, you can't just be losing out to the Mavericks, whose whole starting lineup is out. Like it's unacceptable for a team who has championship aspirations for the season.
Um, yeah. They just don't seem to like really be just clicking out there with the talent, especially with the talent that they have. And like I don't even think yeah, they do need to make a trade just because it just seems like the chemistry is not there. You know what I mean? But like talent wise, if they make it work, I mean, I don't know if they have problems, but it just seems like something's off. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if they have, but it just seems like something is just within, maybe just within the core, the starting five or something. Like something's not like there's no way. Like I don't, it don't seem like they all like mess with each other, and I could be wrong, but I mean, it just don't seem like they're gelling like how they could with all the talent. Like if they really just like if they really used each other's just strengths, and I mean they have the pieces to make it work because everybody doesn't really do the same thing. You know what I mean? But everybody knows how to play basketball. So like if you all able to just use each other's strengths, and I mean I feel like there is a potential there for sure. I don't know though. I mean it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, remember, they got a new coach, they got a new system that they kind of got to get into incorporate into. So I don't know if maybe it's also the system. Maybe they're not gelling well with the system that the new system that they're gonna play in the new offense. Because there'll be some games where just Cat will get like 3 touches.
Hmm.
It's unacceptable to have somebody of Cat's caliber get like 3 touches.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. Maybe you got to revamp the system. See what worked with Tom Thibodeau because Tom Thibodeau had a system with this team, and they got pretty well until the playoffs times came. But you, if this is, you remember you fired Tom Thibodeau, got a new coach, said this was your season. You got to tighten it up
Yeah, I
because
don't. I don't know, and I don't know if I really like Cat. Like, I don't know if I love Cat at the five, really. Um, I just don't think naturally like he's a five. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he would be best just with his skill set and like kind of his perimeter game. I think like a four would be like tremendous, like for him. You know what I mean? But yeah, something's just not clicking, and maybe it is the system. I mean, it's not like they're a terrible team. I mean, they did have 4 games off. You know what I mean from their last game, so maybe they just came out slow. But I mean, with you being well rested and the team's healthy, I mean, you would think you come out, especially on your home court, and you give a better effort in this. And I mean, to not hit a single three for a whole 24 minutes of playtime um, is wild. But I mean, Dallas came to play though. Contributions from everybody. It's a good thing. We have 5 players in double figures. You know what I mean? And you just got everybody putting in, just everybody producing, everybody putting in work. Um, I mean, they got some pieces too. actually too. Like they're a very deep team, and to see them perform like this against a top three team in the East, right? Like Ryan Nembhard, he had a great game. Like just and not just scoring, right? I mean, he only had 4 points, but just in terms of just controlling the team, like controlling just just being a point guard, controlling the game, controlling the pace, making the right plays. I love knowing when to push the pace, knowing when to just slow it down. I love this alley hoop to Musa Cisse. Like that was an example. Like he pushed the plays. He saw his big down court. And, give me the ball, let me push it down, and a beautiful alley hoop. Like he's definitely gonna be a good player. That was a great pickup actually for them. He's gonna be a good player for them for sure. But and dang, we haven't even brought up Cooper Flag too. I mean, this is our first Dallas Mavericks video. Just what are your
Shout out
thoughts
Dallas.
on shout out to Dallas? But like, what are your thoughts on just from what you saw from Cooper? I mean, just being able to watch him. I mean, of course, we've seen like a couple highlights and things like that, but just to see him lock in on a full game, like, what did you see from him?
I liked what I saw. He looks like as he was playing the game, I think he has a high IQ. He's a high IQ player. Um,
Yes.
just from when he was positioning himself out there on the offense to, just some of those passes that he was making, because they're basically treating him, he's basically their point guard for this
Yeah.
team. Um, so and I think they said something about he was at one point he was leading the team in like points, assists, and rebounds or something crazy like that from a
Wow.
rookie, which is which is crazy. I don't know if he was leading them or he was top three, but like you could clearly see when he was playing that he has high IQ. And you've seen games or I've seen highlights of games where he's the main scorer. And I
Right.
think coming into this game, I was expecting him to, be a very ball dominant and, try to go out there. But I think throughout the game, he realized, Max Christie's, shooting the balls out, Marshall's out here playing great and, going at the Knicks all the time. So I think it was nice for him to be like, okay, these players are, they're gonna take the charge on this game, like I don't have to play so dominant this game because I could see what they have and just having the IQ to trust them and put yourself in a spot to make good plays, I think was amazing from a rookie.
Marshall was literally hitting him with the same move every time. It was
They
either
had
like
no
a
answer.
like a right like a regular crossover, but then he'll always find his way at the top of the key or near the free throw line. Floater. Like he did, I literally saw him do that like 3 times in a row. I'm like, that is wild. That is like so disrespectful. And like his touch in that area is good. But I mean, I don't really have much to add with you about Cooper. You broke him down perfectly. His IQ definitely stood out though. Um, yeah, I don't really want to like repeat like what you said. I mean, yeah, that's you. That's what that's kind of good for him as a rookie, right? To like know that's actually kind of scary too to be able to have somebody like that who can play as a big, you know what I mean, and like block shots and things like that, like in terms of blocking shots and rebounding and things like that, but can also like be your point guard, you know what I mean? But then also has the IQ to, like you said, just like let them eat. Like, you know what I mean? Let me get out the way and just let them to like if they need me to score, like I can score, you know what I mean? But let me just be a good teammate. And I mean they Dallas definitely they got a great one with him for sure. I mean it seems like it's gonna take forever though, but I would just love to see him just with their nucleus, like with their starters, just to see like what they can do. I mean, you missing Gafford, Lively, Kyrie, um, D'Lo, like you're missing some guys, PJ Washington. So like you would just love to see him with a fully healthy Mavs squad. Um, I mean, they would be so much better, but I think that would be better for him just to play with that type of talent. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, he's good though. He's great. They definitely they got a good one. And to think he's supposed to still be in high school. I mean, supposed to be a freshman in college is wild.
Crazy.
That's wild.
Generational talent right there.
Now he is. Now he's great. He, he's he's everything. He's everything they said he would be. Really, he's everything they said he would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Congrats to all the All-Star starters. Some great basketball. Congrats to the Dallas Mavs on a huge upset. Um, against top three team. A team that people were like kind of high on making it out of the East. And Dallas comes in with their bench players essentially, and take care of business in opponent territory
In a national televised game. So remember
in
this.
a
This was nationally
national
televised.
televised game at that. So yeah, definitely shout out to the Mavericks, the coaching staff. It's a great game, and hopefully the Knicks can figure it out. Because it's so much talent, so much wing. It's like so much wing depth, just so much talent. You just hope they could just figure it all out and make that run that many were expecting them to make. At the beginning of the season.